Welcome.
Welcome to the Heckin' Podcast.
Welcome to the Heckin' Podcast, brother.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Heckin' Podcast. My name is Adrian, and instead of Roxanne today, I have...
Roxy the Foxy is gone.
For today, we got Edson here today with us. Hey, all right.
Peace and love, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, dude?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back. All of one person that wanted me back.
Yes. You're welcome. We heard you.
They reached out. But yeah, man, everything's good. Everything's good.
I had a question for you, and I want to say before I forget. Because I know, like a couple weeks ago, you said you wanted to watch a movie, and it was the Wolfman one. So it's like scary movies. So I was gonna ask. I was curious. I don't know if I ever asked. What's like the scariest movie you've seen?
Whew.
And it can be different because there's like scary that's not like monster jump scare scary, but it's like psychological, like fucks with you, or it could be like actual like monster movie.
It's funny you say
deal.
that because one came to my mind right away, and it's actually the movie Terminator, or the series, I guess.
And I thought so. Because I remember, like, since you were a kid, like we talked about that, and I was like, I don't know if that ever changed, but that's why I was like, we haven't talked about that in a while. So I was like, I figured, because I remember you're always creeped out by the
just the way the robots, I guess, the way they looked as a kid. It was just too much.
It's a scary concept, dude. Like it's one of those like it's like it could happen, and like especially like now, like you see fucking headlines that are like, oh, like new AI, or like they have like those Boston Dynamics robots. Just the other day, you showed me they did the musculoskeletal robot, and like it looks like a corpse just like hanging, and it's like kicking and flailing like, help me, it's like
it was very
like it's getting scary to like it's like, why do we need it? I don't know. Like I like it in a fictional sense, like in movies and stuff like that, but I feel like it would just end up like, I don't see a way of it not being like Terminator or something. Like I don't know.
I had that conversation too, and I'm like, at what point do the robots need to be pretty much human-like?
Right. Like, how far do they need to go? Like, why can't they just look like robots? Like, why do they need to look so much like a human? I think that's what bothers me more than anything, is like, why does it need to look like a human? Why not make it a robot, or like, an android, or, whatever you want to call it, but just give it its own like features, or like, so you can be like, hey, like, I know what that is, kind of deal.
Or just have it perform a special task. And like currently how robots are. But all this about like human AI, it's
like
very creepy to me.
Yeah, I think of like, there's other movies, where they do like clones. Like, they're going to be able to just build a robot and create your face out of, whatever material, and have a clone of you walking around without you knowing, on some other part of the world kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm like, why does it need to look human? I don't know.
I don't know, man. But that's, as far as the Terminators, I couldn't watch them. I could not. I remember, I vividly remember we went to a movie theater with my family, and I can't remember which one it was because I left so fast. The movie started up, and I mean, I was little.
Yeah.
I was about maybe 25. 26 years old.
Oh yeah, you were a tyke, man. God damn.
No, I was young, but I remember we went into the movie. I didn't last no 5 minutes in there, and I came out crying.
I remember when we were smaller, one of the Harry Potter movies came out, and it was the Goblet of Fire. And I remember being excited for it because I had read the books, and like this was like one of the big movies. Like this is like, it's still my favorite one of the movies and the books. Like it was still my favorite. Yeah. And so I remember you came along with us to see it, and I think it was because of the dragons or something like that. Like something creeped you out about it. Uh-huh. And it might have been fucking the Voldemort at the end, but I know you never really watched them, so you kind of watched it out of order. Like you didn't know what was going on. And I remember the next morning, hearing that you had nightmares like that night from Harry Potter, and I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, I loved it. I was like all excited. Like I was like so hyped about it. Like afterward.
It was definitely different for me back then. I just couldn't handle scary movies.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I enjoy them, but
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I didn't. You know what? It's funny that you say about the dreams because I feel like I had a lot of like vivid bad dreams when I was young, and I think that's what scared me.
Have you ever had like the end of the world dream? Like you wake up, like you're in already, like the like wasteland essentially kind of deal.
No, no. I have. If you want to get into the tangent, I have had like a couple dreams of where like okay, I'll get specific. I've had dreams repeatedly where we're about to get bombed actually. Like
okay, like sirens going off, everything.
Yes,
okay.
And as like the bombs are dropping, I always wake up.
Yeah.
And it's been like I'll be in different places.
Yeah.
But it's always like the same kind of
The
situation.
same,
where, like, you see and it so
I haven't had that one, but did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Okay. So I've only watched like the first season all the way through and like half of the second. I've never finished it. But there's a part in The Walking Dead where they're like roaming the city, just trying to like loot and like find things. Mm-hmm. And so they're going from like house to house. And I feel like I've had that dream before in that sense, but I don't know what's going on. But in this dream, I'm like surviving, you know, it's kind of like The Last of Us, you know, like you kind of have to like sneak around. You want to avoid people, stuff like that. And it's just like that stress dream. That's like, just like you wake up and your fucking heart's racing and you're just like, why? Like, I just want to have a good night's rest.
In your dreams.
Yes. I'm like, God damn. Like I've woken up sweaty a couple times from like dreams that have been like so intense. I'm like, you know, being chased or something. And I'm just like waking up like fucking like freaked out, dude. Like insane.
Like those that you're falling.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yes. I hate when you're like falling asleep. And you're dozing off and you just like shake yourself awake and you're like, oh fuck. Like or in school with the pencil. So they would do the pencil thing where we just like lay on the desk and have your arm leaning off of the desk holding a pencil. So as soon as you like fall asleep, you'll drop it and like it makes the noise. Dude, I was like always doing that. And I got caught a couple times. But yeah, I don't know. The topic of scary movies came up because I was watching one yesterday. And I was like, I know we were going to record today. So I was like, oh yeah, like that's why the thought of the scary movie came to mind. I also wanted to ask you like about so on your own, like, I guess not at work, your other work, you do audio.
Yes.
So you do audio engineering for groups and stuff like that. So I want to like, tell me a little bit about it. Like, I want to hear about it. Cause like I hear about it, but I want to like, if you want to get more specific, what's like the craziest thing you've seen at like one of these parties? Because I know a lot of them are like weddings or quinceas and stuff like that. Like, was there ever a fight or like any kind of like altercation or anything like that where like you guys as the group were like, shit, like let's get out of here? Or has it been more like tame for the most part?
Yes. So to answer the first question, I took on audio engineering as a hobby. Really, I always had a liking for. You
were always our sound guy for when we played together.
Not only listening to music, but tweaking, if you will, making it sound a certain way. And I don't know, I just caught an interest as a really young kid, and just decided to do something. And I got the chance with one of my cousins. He had a group going on and he asked me like, hey, we got this thing going on. Can you kind of help us out? Yeah. And dude, that was like honestly the gateway to what I'm doing now, which I never would have thought.
I remember when you first brought it up, I was like, oh yeah, that'll be cool. Like it was like at first like just like a little thing here and there. Mm-hmm. And like, it's crazy to see in like the short amount of time, it's only been like a few years, but to see like not only your, like how it is, but like your equipment and like your experience and everything, like how much you've learned in like the short span of time.
An interest to a hobby, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it got pretty serious really quick.
Yeah.
But so I do that on the side. It's still a hobby.
Yeah.
and I enjoy it very much. But so yeah, as far as crazy gigs, there has been some, especially when I was starting off. There were always like those kickbacks.
Oh, okay, yeah, more
not
yeah,
the weddings,
okay. Not like an actual party,
so
just more of a like
the kickbacks,
yeah.
right? And they were always like at these locations that were already kind of sketchy. You've been to one, kind of.
Yeah. We'll talk about that one.
So they're in these locations that are like just kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a little trailer home. Nothing wrong with the trailer home. It's just they're out in the middle of nowhere, where like you don't even know if there's gonna be electricity for the equipment. So
it's gonna be the acoustic set.
You gotta hope that's like cranking the fucking generator.
You have someone on the bike hooked up to the generator. Need more power. I'm tired, man.
Great idea. Let me jot that down.
Fucking hamster wheel in the back.
But there's one that comes to mind. And I don't want to say it, but I will. So for the most part, a good 95% of the time, when and if there is altercations, it's always like, I don't know. It's not too bad as far as like the musicians. Like the musicians are always kind of like the good guys, right?
Right.
Like we're never the ones that obviously
that cause
the
it
problem
or
get involved in a problem. The few times that I've seen it, it's always like
involving couples or something.
It's them or like mostly drunks, to be honest.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you're
partying,
that drinking,
makes sense.
So and usually by then, like the party people or whoever got us to come over and be like, hey, I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Yeah.
And, everything's good over here. But there's one situation where the same group that my cousin was in, we got hired on for, it was a kickback. This was in Delano at a ranch that was really far from town.
Just like deep in the cuts,
Yeah,
just like way out.
Deep in the cuts. Eesh. And just flat ground.
Like places like that always like fucking red flags. Like always, like it could be the safest looking house, but I'm still always gonna be like, we're in the middle of nowhere. Like
yeah, so it was kind of like that. It was obviously dark. They had like one trailer park home there, and I don't know where they got power from, but there was power there. They probably ran a
hamster wheels, man. I'm telling you,
300-foot extension.
It's the future.
Cord. And we pulled up packed with like young kids.
Yeah,
I'm assuming all over age. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
So we got there. There was already a group playing, and mind you, they had them in like the semi flatbed trailers.
Oh yeah.
They had them on there, so it was cool because at least you weren't in the dirt.
Yeah.
And we pulled up. We started setting up. So while that group was playing, we started setting up our equipment. They already had everything there, but we still needed like the drum set, the guitars, our own microphones, the whole nine. For us. We start setting up. We're about 5 minutes away from playing. We're amped up.
You're getting ready. You're getting hyped.
Okay, and I'll tell you this. This is one of the first gigs where for them, it was like a pretty big gig.
It's a big moment.
There was a lot of people.
Okay.
So, it was a moment. So we were all excited. I was excited. It was one of my first times kind of like, engineering out in the, public. And man, we were so energized. And all of a sudden we start hearing commotion. It was maybe 2 minutes before we started.
Right.
Hear commotion. Hey. People started kind of getting tossed around. And so we're like, it's a fight. Like it's expected.
Yeah.
Some guy saw another guy with his ex or something.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's always
starts like that.
It's always some couple starting some shit, or like it's always like because of an ex, or it's always like there's always some drama that like just sparks shit. Like
so that's for sure what happened or what sparked that. And so like obviously instead of kind of toning it down or people kind of breaking it up, like friends started getting involved, so we started seeing like that circle get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger.
It's expanding,
and so we're like, oh shit, like this is getting kind of serious. And so we're a good ways away. It was like I said, it was a big party, it was a big stage,
right?
So next thing we hear are gunshots.
Oh shit.
And so, I mean, obviously, as soon as you hear gunshots, everybody's like
scattering, dude, like
run. So, like I said,
that's just instinct at that point. Like,
we were far, and we were like behind the stage. So I'll say, like, as far as our safety, as far it was,
you were in the
okay, we were in like, and come to find out, once we kind of saw the situation, they kind of just fired off like to kind of like scare people.
Yeah.
And so everybody started running. There was like a big old thing, and so it was funny because out of everybody, all the chaos, man, like everybody kind of scared and stuff. The lead singer of our group, his name was Eric. I remember he jumped onto the trailer. The instruments were still hot, the mic was still hot.
No.
And so he just started talking. He's like, in Spanish, but he's like, hey, like whoever just shot that, you ruined the whole damn party, bro.
For real.
So like while everybody's running, he's over here like just talking nonchalant, like just
trying to bring it down,
just chilling right here. Like, hey man, like you're really gonna do that, ruin this party? Like we hadn't even played.
Is it too late for a plate?
And so sure enough, like we heard another few gunshots go off, but we knew they weren't like, I hate to say it, but we knew they weren't like aiming for anybody.
Yeah.
It was more like hey, I got
just
gun.
a warning shot.
I'm a fire. Right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
But still, it was like, okay, you know what?
It's still the vibe. Too many. Yeah.
The vibe's already bad. Mm-hmm. It's time to go.
Yeah.
So we got our shit literally just into the
flung it in. Yeah.
And we're like, all right, we're taking off. Sure, dude. In a matter of like 10 minutes, the sheriff was already coming in. And
damn.
Yeah, so everybody kind of just took off. But that was definitely, I think, just the first and only time that I've had a situation like that.
Okay.
And
that's crazy, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, I
guess it's a story now, but when you're there,
it's
a
scary experience. Yeah, dude, I'd be tripping, dude. Like, I just like in a situation like that, like to hear a gunshot and like not have a path of like where to go. Like, I'm a person that needs to like fucking an evacuation route. Like, I'm always thinking like, okay, I can go through here, whatever. And so like to just randomly like not expect it and something like that to happen, I'd be like deer in the headlights. Like, I don't know. I'd be freaked out.
But that was the only bad time. And like I said, I don't like to talk about it because people were like, oh, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But since then, the gigs have gotten better.
Yeah.
No more kickbacks. It's
in the contract.
Yeah,
no kickbacks.
No kickbacks.
It's in the fine print.
at least 3 or more lights in the venue, because all that being in the darkness, shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, dude, for real. I'll talk about one of the better ones, because I know like recently you went with a friend to just accompany him and to help him out over in LA, right?
Yeah. No, actually no. Sorry.
San Diego. That's right. Yeah, I was out there. What was that like?
That was probably like the pinnacle so far of what I've been doing.
So I'm assuming it went well.
It went well. Yes, it went really well. So I went with one of my mentors, Andrew Mendoza. Yeah. That's kind of guided me along this audio journey. Yeah. And he phoned me up when it was like maybe a month ago, and he was like, hey, I got this gig going on with this reggae group, and mind you, it's a group that I listen to almost daily.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, I'm going to do sound for them. They're going to play at this venue. It's in San Diego. It's going to be, a dry run pretty much. Like if you want to hop on and kind of just check it out, you're more than welcome to come along. And so, I was like, why not? Yeah. And
what was your reaction to like hearing a group that you're very familiar with and being like, hey, let's go do sound for them? Like, dude, like I feel like it's like a quick jump kind of deal,
It was, and that's what was nerve-wracking about it, was like, okay,
going from like kickbacks in the trailer park to
definitely more serious as far as like you need to know what you're doing, to be honest.
Like you need to know your stuff to be at that level.
Yeah. They're at a level where you can't make mistakes really, or they need a sound.
Your experience shows. Yeah.
And it's not just the audio, it's like everything before and everything after. The whole setup.
The pre and post of it all.
Exactly. Yeah. All the equipment that they use is a lot more sophisticated. Yeah. And like I said, at the end of the day, they want to sound like you hear them on a CD. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is listen to them all day. You go see them in concert.
I mean, the worst thing in the world is going to a concert and it's sounding bad. Like, because we got to go to a couple of those, and like, it could have been 1,000 times better had the speakers just been better. But it was like essentially like one of the concerts we went to was just like 3 PAs And that was it for like a pretty decent sized venue. And so it just sounded like someone was playing in like a cafeteria, like for like a school dance or something. Like I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like I don't like this.
Regular conversation while the music's going.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's like just like lounge music in the background.
Yeah.
So that was your D.
So it definitely plays a big part. But yeah, we took off to San Diego. It was just for a day too. So
Yeah.
the drive was pretty intense. Managed to fit all his equipment in a Tesla. So
Yeah,
that was
fun.
That was fun.
That's like Tetris.
It was Tetris a little bit. But yeah, so I mean, obviously the concert was a success. Everything went well. And as far as the venue, you know, being an audio tech, it was definitely like one of the best venues I've been to, and not only been to, but actually got to, you know, participate in work.
Yeah.
That was pretty surreal to me. Yeah.
Because I got to get a little bit of a taste of it because I got to join you one time in a show in LA as well. We went to go do their sound, right? It was for a group. We went to go do a sound for a reggae group called Eureka Sound, and so you had called me that morning and told me like, hey, you want to go? And I was like, I don't think so. And then I don't know.
I was going alone.
Yeah, and then I found out you were going alone. I was like, dude, I can't let him go alone. Like,
I was like, I guess, man, I'll just go by myself.
You were on your way already, weren't you? Like you were
yeah.
heading out when I called you back, and I was like, dude, like fucking come pick me up. Like we don't got nothing going on today. Like yeah, right. Pretty much, dude. But I was like, all right, whatever. Like let's do it. And so you came and picked me up, and we took off, and it was like it wasn't the best experience. You know, for other things I won't go into, but it was like overall, I feel like it was still a good experience to experience. You know what I mean? Like, know that there's higher but lesser quality shows, and then higher and higher quality shows. You know, I guess you know what I mean. Like, you're playing venues, but not every place is going to be as smooth. I guess.
Yeah,
as
I
things.
mean, venue to venue,
It's all going to change. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was
because like I think one of the worst things too for a concert, and I'll be specific for this one because I remember we went to San Luis Obispo to the Fremont. We went to go see The Green, and it was a good show, but it was so fucking hot inside, dude. Everyone inside is just like musty, damp and musty. And I'm like, and Chris is so hot blooded that like he like as soon as it gets a little bit warm, he's like, let's go. And so like towards like the end of the show, he was like, I'm gonna just wait outside. And so he was outside, like just like hanging out in the lobby. And I think he was going from the lobby to like the parking lot and just like kind of going in and out. And I even went out a couple times too because I was even like, dude, I get cold easy, but for me to be hot like that, like I was like, yeah, I need some air, man.
It was stale. That's what it was. The air was stale.
Yeah. There was no air. There's no AC on, no nothing, like no fans, no. I think that's what it was. It was everyone just fucking heavy breathing in a room with no circulation.
Around, you know, you're pretty much shoulder to shoulder in that crowd. It was it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But it was a good show.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Good deal. What's because I know you've been messing with lighting too. That's like something you're kind of starting to get into.
I'm always trying to do something else as far as like providing for gigs. You know, not only audio, but like you said, now lighting. So I invested in a few lights. Quickly found out that programming lights, you know, once you get into wanting to do certain things or colors, involves a lot of math.
Oof,
and I'm just like,
no thanks. No, I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm out. Dude, give me 2 fucking bulbs and just turn them off. Give me a switch.
I'm not awful at math. I just don't voluntarily want to do it.
It's actually pretty insane, man. Like I'll probably send you a little screenshot that you can post up, but
it's like a science. Too,
there's definitely there's a learning curve that I did not expect when I got into it. But it's fun, dude. It's fun.
Good deal.
Always learning.
Good deal. Well, I also was going to mention every time you've been on, I always forget to bring it up, so I'm going to bring it up now. But the intro to the podcast and the outro. If you guys didn't know, Edson made both of those. And I remember right when Roxanne and I were starting the podcast, back a few years ago. I just had looked up like royalty-free stock music or whatever.
Elevator.
I'm like Googling,
music.
yes, dude. I'm like looking for anything that I can use that not have to like copyright or anything. So I'm just looking for anything, and I had found one that I was like, okay, that's not bad. And like it said, like you don't even gotta credit them or nothing. And I was like, say less, like whatever. It was probably not even theirs to begin with. Then if that's the case, like you know. So I had one because I wanted to test it, and I remember I asked you if you had anything because I know there's an app, and we talked about it recently too. There's an app called Oxy, right?
Mm-hmm.
AUXY, and you could pretty much make your own beats and all the like. It has like percussions and like even instruments, right? Like it's like it's got everything
little voice tags and
yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, and I remember you were like super into it for a while too. Like you were busting out beats like all the time. Like you would just send me random like voice notes from them, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like just like not even that long ago, you just sent me one. But that was on you're on your editing, right? That was on your program, not the app.
Yeah, that was on the
okay.
audio.
Yeah, but I was like, as soon as like I remember I asked you, I was like, do you have anything? And you had sent me. You had sent me like three or four. Yeah, you sent me like three or four. And as soon as I heard this one, I was like, oh, yeah, that's got like, yeah. I was like, that's catchy. I was like, I like it. I was like, it's cool. It's an original. I was like, cool. But I just wanted to bring that up. And thank you for providing that.
Of course, man. It was fun making.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely an app on the phone too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But it's pretty cool. Talking about phones, there goes that one.
I know, like, we've also... So, we played in our group with the cousins, but we would always kind of do things on the side as well. Like, we would always get together with, like, some other people and just, like, make stuff. And the big one was... It was you, me, and Mikey. Like, we would hang out and we would just, like, start to jam and start making music. And we have made a couple songs. And I was like, I think that's cool, too, because you're kind of like a step in everywhere in the music scene, you know, like you play instruments, you produce music, like you engineer it, like you're doing all this. I was like, that's cool, man. You're kind of opening as many doors as you can in like that field. I was like, that's cool. Like I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I just love music, man.
Yeah.
That's it. I love music. I know you do.
Yeah.
Even though you kind of took a little break, a little bit turn, of a break. I'm trying to pull you back. Yeah,
you've been trying to pull me in. It's working. It's working. I'm getting there. I'm dragging my feet, but I'm getting there.
But, yeah, I mean, I love it.
Yeah, and like when we were getting ready for my niece's quinceañera last year, we'll talk a little bit about it. When we were getting ready, we had started planning stuff out, and we were like, okay, how's like. Because the point, like, so there was 6 of us that were going to be playing, and everyone has their own schedule. So it was a game of, hey, who can get together when, and when can we all get together at least once? And so we started in January, the quinceañeras in May. I think in those 5 months, we practiced all together like twice. Yeah, 2 times. And every other time was like whoever can make it. The only ones who were there for sure were me and you. But that's because other people had other stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And so usually at the end, when everyone would leave, like we would stay and just kind of like start jamming out and like playing different stuff. And I was like, I have like a lot of memories from that. Like the practice was fun, but it was something different. Because we would even start playing like just like English music, or we'd start covering songs. Like we'd put on songs from like
what was the one that you sang?
That's what I'm trying to remember. There was a song I sang and I can't remember which one it was. But
we have the video. I have the video if you don't.
You have the video? Yeah, oh, God.
We could post a little clip of that.
Okay, maybe. Actually, we'll see. Yeah. I need to watch it first. But sure.
Just raw, dude. Give it to him raw.
I don't know, man. Let me if they haven't seen it by now, they didn't see it. So you're good. So I got a little game for us. I thought we'd kind of finish our episode out like a couple of rounds. We played these last episode with Yesenia, and we also played it. I played it with Roxanne. It's from the bucket. We're doing hypotheticals. Ooh. So there's a bunch of crumpled up papers in there with hypothetical questions. We'll just kind of take turns.
Love it. Oh my gosh.
The bucket. You want to go first?
Let me drive the boat.
Perfect. Just one, please.
Let me see. I like this one. I'm all looking at him.
Read it, bitch.
Oh, me. God damn. Dude, you fucking put it upside down.
Whew, God damn, you picked that essay. Hold on, I need to focus.
Oh, God, dude. Chat GPT, come on. If people were required to post the bad as well as the good stuff that happened to them on social media, would social media platforms be more or less popular than they are now?
They already do.
Pretty much.
There's so many open books on there. I'm like, you really posted that, didn't you? Like, okay, that's your choice.
Social media lately definitely has no breaks.
Yeah, or no filter. I think in general, like people post things a little too.
I always laugh when you're going through the explore page and you're just kind of scrolling and you come across that video that's just like,
oh yeah, yep. Like that shouldn't be there.
That shouldn't be there. Just gonna scroll on.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. Like I know you're more of an Instagram person on like reels and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm more on TikTok, but it's the same thing. Like randomly, like you'll start getting like these like very like questionable things, and you're just like, oh, okay. Like I was just laughing at like stupid stuff, but okay, we're going here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, and especially like on TikTok, some people post like air way too much laundry on there. They're like, this is how my baby daddy went to jail for 7 years for killing my or whatever. And I'm just like, wow.
They spill the tea because nobody wants to listen.
I'm like, I mean, it's a good story. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's just, I don't know.
Like it or not, though, you're invested watching it.
Yeah, but but also that once you post that, like that's never gonna like be behind you kind of deal. Like there's like it's the once you post it, it's never going away. Like there will always be some kind of record of something, and some people be going too crazy on this, or it's like when so I've never been in a situation like that, but like the Karen stuff, like as soon as they get into an altercation, they bust out their phone and they're like, I'm recording you, this and that. And I would like I would just like start laughing, dude. I could not like take that seriously. Like if it was over something stupid, I would just not be able to help but like just start laughing and be like, this is fucking stupid. Like, what is going on? Like this is all for fucking like clout. Like you're just trying to get the views and
they want that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not gonna give it to them. Like, but obviously it depends on what's going on. But I don't know. I feel like people get a little too open on. I mean, I feel like I've done it a couple times on this show. Like, there's been a few times. Like, so I have a lot of like episodes on my phone because when I edit, I listen on my phone first, and so I like I'll listen and way when later, like. 2 years later, I'm getting these older ones, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll listen to like a little bit of it, and I'll like fast forward to a part, and I'll hear something I said, and I'm like, damn, I fucking said that. Like, okay, like nothing. Like I can't do anything about it now, so whatever. Like, okay, it's out there. Like, okay, whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just something I would have been like, okay, like maybe no.
Shouldn't say that next time. So
I feel like everyone, especially, dude. Do you get Facebook memories a lot?
Oh God, yes.
Dude. I get some bad ones.
I like the when you do like you put the update on your status.
Oh yeah,
where it's like you're feeling this way.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like, oh my God, I did this or that, and I'm just like cringe.
Yes, I'll like get posts from like 13, 14 years ago from like the high school days, whatever, and it's bad. I'm like, oh my God, oh God,
you can't believe that was you.
It's like extremely cringy. And at one point, I tried going into my MySpace account because I never deleted it; it just went away, kind of deal. And no matter what I did, I couldn't. I couldn't get back in. Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever, because the site still exists. But I tried to forgot my email or forgot my password, tried all that stuff, and I couldn't.
I know they changed
like
the whole format of MySpace.
Yeah.
I think once they did that change,
but
it kind of like. If you didn't follow that update, your stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember clearly the last time I used MySpace, I couldn't even fire my page up because it was so modded.
Yeah, dude,
it was like
It took like 15 minutes for my page to load up because I had like the flashing background. I had the text box like a whole every different colors. Every text was like the dripping or something, like a different like funky text, different fonts, like all this like
these young kids don't know.
Have the background player so you can't pause my fucking song. You can hear it, but you're not gonna pause it. So mute your stuff or else like, turn off your speaker.
Dude, oh my god, MySpace was
wild. MySpace was fun. But I don't know if it'll be the same. Like I feel like it was like perfect in that time frame for us.
Yeah, that is true.
Because it was also early days of the internet, you know? Like I feel like now it's so like corporate, man. Like everything's an ad, everything's something like, oh, here's my link to my affiliate link on Amazon, like stuff like that. Like I get it, you know, get your bag. Like I get it, I respect it, but it is the reality of it, dude. Like on TikTok, like every other video is like something for the TikTok shop for like, you know, it's like, I don't need this vacuum for my nose hair. Like I'm good. Like I don't know. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't think it would be the same if it were to be brought back.
You know, I always remember the best friends on the MySpace.
Oh, the top 8?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was
if
brutal.
Down,
yes. Like, I've had people like tell me at school, like, why did you move me? I'm like, because my cousin got an account and I'm going to put them before you. Like, I don't understand. Like,
that top 8 and
like it was, for real. It really did. And like, if you were in a middle school or high school dating and you didn't have your girlfriend or boyfriend as number one, like, you were gonna break up. Or if they were fighting and they got moved to number 2 or something, you'd be like, "Ooh, shit, something's going on." Ooh. You're gonna comment on their wall. I was like, there's like things like I did
or
like
the hacking of like, hey bitch.
Oh my god, yeah.
So was
that
here.
got annoying very fast. That got very annoying very fast because everyone was like password sharing and just be like hacked or whatever. And like I would just be changing my password all the time. But all the time, like it fucking that popular like 3 times. Let's be real.
That's all the time.
That's more than I would like. So let's be real. It was like 3 times, man. But it was fun. It was like I was like in 7th or 8th grade when MySpace was getting big, and like that's when I signed up for it, and just like putting up all the GIFs, all the sparkly stuff on your comments and all this. Like fun, it was man. Like I remember being excited to go home, open MySpace and seeing like new friend requests, new messages, new, you know, like all these different things. And like everyone had the online now little orange guy under it. Like it was cool. Like
it was something else.
It was a perfect little time capsule.
Is there any app now that kind of resembles that?
I don't know, dude. I feel like I've stuck to my stuff. Like I don't really expand beyond
when you were
that.
Saying TikTok, dude. Once I got Instagram or Snapchat and then Instagram, that was it. TikTok, you know, started taking off when we were younger, and I was like, I saw it the same as Instagram. Yeah, and you know that was pretty much it. But that's why I always say, like, as far as having something that was close to MySpace, I don't think there really is, and that's kind of was that was a fun part. I mean, there was Facebook now, but I don't know. Facebook's bland.
Yeah, it is now. Bland. Like it was different.
Like Facebook
back then.
For me now is just the marketplace.
Yeah,
which is like the best thing that's happened. And like groups, you know, joining like those. I mean, there's a whole bunch of groups, but like for example, me being audio, there's like audio groups that I follow that are informative, or you know, car groups, or maybe.
I check Facebook like once a week. Like I just don't. I get plenty of notifications, but it's all like we recommend
like,
this.
It's
like
bland,
it's all,
right? Like there's no interest to
like there's nothing that brings
on Facebook
me
anymore.
Because I think also what it was too is now it's all reposts, or it's like they're posting ads, or they're posting like a lot of my feed is people post or like business accounts or stuff like that. And I was like, it's just to me, it's like the same as Twitter. Like I remember Facebook as being like my friends and like seeing them post stuff and posting pictures and stuff. And I don't get that as much anymore. Like I'll still get the occasional ones, you know, like I'll see like their personal posts, but then I start seeing like all these like movie trailers, and then I start seeing all this and like all this.
I do see a
like,
lot of Instagram.
or I'll start seeing like reels, like they'll start putting reels. So I'm getting a bunch of TikToks. I'm getting 5-minute craft videos. I'm getting like Chinese people depucking chickens, like, and then making a whole delicious. No, but that meal looks so good. Like I'm so hooked on those, dude. I love those. They're like somewhere in like the somewhere like in China or like one of the and somewhere in that region. And they're just like, they got the giant wok and they're getting like 10 pounds of butter in there. And like,
tell me you haven't seen the ones where it's like the chicken, you know, kind of just they're recording the chicken live, and then next thing you know, it's like bam, in a pan. I'm just like, oh shit. Like that escalated quick. But no, dude, I get a lot of those Indian cooking ones too. And
like the street food?
Next thing I know, it's like 15 minutes. I'm deeply invested.
Yeah, dude, Dude, as soon as I start seeing those like cooking videos, I'm in. I'm a fan. Like I'm watching it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're cooking half the time, but it looks good. Like I'm like, damn, that looks good.
They're throwing shit in there. Like I don't even.
I'm like, whatever. Yeah, put it in there. Put some more. Like yeah. I don't know what it is, but shit looks good. Put more.
Go to McDonald's right after. And
yeah.
Little Big Mac and fries.
All right. Let's do another one. Here we go.
I don't like that one.
I don't either. Let me see. Oh, okay. No, you'll probably like this one. Mm-hmm. If you found out you were going to die in a week, what would you do with your remaining time?
In a week.
So like say like right now we're on a Friday. So like say come next Friday at midnight for Saturday. Like that's it. Like you know the exact time.
Like right at
at the strike of midnight on Friday night turning Saturday, you're just gonna that's it.
Interesting. Oh man, I don't know.
What are you doing? Where are you going? You have any like bucket list stuff?
I'm a man of like a very like actually with the bucket list, I don't have much. I feel like the few things that I've kind of wanted to do, I've done or I'm currently doing.
My stuff's really lame. Like when I think about it,
that's
like
what I was trying to get at.
It's like nothing special. It's like there's just things I've always wanted to do that I haven't gotten to do, or just like I can anytime I want. I just haven't. But there's things that I would like to do. Kind of deal, like you know, like nothing like oh my god, go like skydiving or nothing. Which I would go skydiving's fun, but I don't think I would need to do it before I die. Like if I get to, like sure, if not, then like whatever. But is there anything you feel like I wanna like?
Oh man, I don't know.
And that
so as far as like I need to do this before I die. I don't think so. Like, there is nothing that I want to kind of... I've experienced it all. Yeah. Honestly, just be with family. Yeah. And I know that's like so...
No, I get that. Well, but especially like how we grew up too. We're very close with our family. Like, I understand.
Like, I just want to spend my time with like the whole family. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure like if you knew like, hey, I'm dying Friday.
Like everyone would make it a point to be there.
Make it a point. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone would make it a point to be there.
And there's like nothing else that I would want.
Yeah.
I'm so family based.
I would be super content with that. Just like having all my family, friends, like all together, just having a good time.
Just vibing, you know.
So what would you do with the other 6 days?
You kind of just sit down and wait for it.
just take your time and live normal.
Can we speed it up to Wednesday?
And so, like for me, like goddamn, can we speed this shit up? Like I got places to be. I'm trying to get out this place. I feel like for me also a lot of them are like long-term goal kind of things. Like I want, like a lot of mine involve travel. Like I want to go to like Switzerland. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to like these different places, but I know it's not going to be able to happen in a week. Like ain't no way. I'm going to be exhausted. Like ain't no way. And then you don't know how you're going to die. So odds are me traveling is going to be the cause of it. So it's like Final Destination, you know, like kind of deal. You avoid it, but you know, it's going to happen anyway. Inevitable. So, yeah. But I don't know.
Okay. So name something or something that's more realistic as far as like, you know, you have till Friday. It's tough to think of on the spot.
I would want to go. I would say like go on a trip, like go to because I know we've done it before. Where we've got like on my 30th birthday, we got a cabin for like as an Airbnb, and we just went and spent the weekend. I would do something like that, but do it for like the whole week, and be like, we're not doing phones, we're gonna be unplugged, we're gonna just be here, like get a place that's big enough to house however many people we want to bring or can fit. And be like, we're all here together. We're unplugged. Just be together kind of deal. And then just like whoever can be there all week, be there. And whoever can only be there for a day or even just a few hours kind of deal. Like, come and go kind of deal. Yeah. Like kind of have like a hub of like where to go kind of deal. Like I feel, and then just have like different shit to do. Like I'd be like, if it was for me, I would want like, okay, we're going to have a board game room over there. And then we'll have like casino games over here, we'll have the bar over there, we'll have the video games over here, and we'll have like the DJ or whatever playing music over there because I want some bangers playing,
as I go out.
Yeah, as I go out, like so like for sure we're gonna fucking party till I drop. I would do something like that. I feel because I feel like a week is too short of a time to really like do anything like that. I would want to do like long term things. So I would do something like that.
Ooh, I got a good one for you.
What's that?
What would be the last meal?
Ooh, that is a good one.
It's a great one.
A crunchy pizza. I like a crunchy crust. Well, not like fucking like you're eating cardboard, but
elaborate.
Like Me and Ed's pizza has like a little bit of like a crunch, like a thin crust pizza. Sometimes we'll have like a little crunch to it. Nothing beats it for me. Just having a little to your pizza.
What are the toppings?
Either combination or we're doing pepperoni and bell pepper with black olives and sausage.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to be the only one eating that one, bud.
That's fine. It's for me. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't dying. Fuck you. Bring your own pizza.
Dude, how bad would it suck if it's like, all right, this is the last meal, and right before it hits your tongue,
you better move my mouth. Make me chew it.
I'd be like, oh
no. No, please.
Here's all
my whole bucket list was for this pizza. And as soon as I'm going to eat it, I drop dead.
Oh man, dude, that would be funny. I probably wouldn't laugh then, but I'd for sure laugh after.
That would be the most like, that fucking would happen to his ass. Like, of course, shit happens to me all the time. It'll just
or probably even worse. You taste the pizza, but it's bad, and then you die.
Oh no, to die disappointed. The pizza guy got a flat tire.
What would be worse? Okay, what would be worse? This is a very serious question. Not being able to taste the pizza right before you die? Or right before or right after? Right before?
Well, if you right after you die, you won't be able to taste it.
Okay. As you're dying, you can't taste the pizza or it tastes bad. What's worse? Like, and I'm talking like bad, dude. I'm not saying like, I don't like it. Like, there's something wrong with it. Where it's
I'd rather it taste bad because
battery acid hits your
I'd
tongue.
rather have it like, well, is it bad for everyone or just me?
No, well, you're the one dying.
No, I know, but is anyone else gonna have a piece or is it just
the
me?
only one? It's just you.
Oh, well,
but it's like it's like the worst microwaved pizza you've ever had.
So,
or at least that's what it tastes like.
So then, what if I would say go with the bad pizza because then if it tastes bad and you guys try it and it does taste bad. You could be like, oh shit, the pizza killed him. Blame it on the pizza. Sue the pizza place. There you go. You guys can retire. You're welcome. Plan complete. It was all a con.
I say we
For the second I was born, I was making this plan to sue the pizza place. All it takes is my death.
Dude. Everything makes sense though.
The long con, man. You just gotta wait it out.
Wait it out. I was gonna say it, but it's too fucked up. I was like, dude, if you ever do die, I would be like, oh shit, it's the plan.
Where's the pizza?
There's a random pizza guy at the corner. Hey, hey, you!
Stop that pizza!
You son of a bitch! The guy, hey man, come on, man. I was trying to deliver.
I got 3 kids, man.
God, dude. But that was a good question. That was a good topic.
That was a good one.
All right, let me pick one more.
All right, one more. Perfect.
That's the one that I wanted.
I liked it.
You know, sometimes you gotta do it. This is an excellent cutting job.
Perfect. Thank you.
How would the world be different if Zeppelins had caught on and were the dominant form of air travel?
Do you know what Zeppelins are?
And
Like it looks like the airship, like the big balloon that had like, it almost looks like a blimp,
like that. Oh, okay.
but it would like carry people. And then there was the one that caught on fire.
Blimps, right?
I mean,
Is that what blimps are?
essentially, yeah, but they were actually used to
Why
like
have
carry.
I never heard of Zeppelin. The only thing, there's a band that's
Led
called
Zeppelin.
Yeah, Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought of. That's why it didn't make sense to me. I was like,
Yeah, well, the Zeppelins are like the airships.
Okay.
Essentially, that would have been like a type of travel.
I mean, that's cool. I've kind of always wanted to get on one. When you see like the Goodyear blimp,
It's like it's like the trains of the air, I guess. Like you take like a
Nice and
slower
slow.
ride, just like all right.
I don't know. I've mixed emotions about it though.
Because then if it pops, like it's a balloon. Like I mean, look what happened to the actual one. Like
Yeah.
caught on fire, and it was tragic. But
I wouldn't be fond of it.
yeah, I feel like I'd rather. I don't know. I like planes.
Planes are fine. The faster they go, the faster I get there, and I get it over with.
Yeah.
It's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I always imagine, and I'm pretty sure it happened. You get that gust of wind and it kind of
Yeah. Yep. You got the rogue winds coming in.
or down.
The Santa Ana winds. No, get out of the way.
So yeah, it's definitely. I wouldn't be fond of that.
Yeah.
I've seen too many videos of the hot air balloons.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's one thing I like. Don't care to do. Like, it's not a bucket list thing for me. It's like fuck the hot air balloons. Like, I don't know. Like, they're pretty. They're everything. But I don't want to. I wouldn't want to get in one.
Yeah.
I feel like it would like freak me out. I would just be anxious the whole time. That's what I mean. Like, I won't enjoy it. It would be pretty. The views would be great, but I would be so anxious the whole time that the balloon's gonna pop or like I'm gonna fall off the edge like an idiot. Like I always feel like something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would be so tense the whole time that I would not even enjoy
That
the whole
cold
thing.
sweat.
Yeah, like the fucking like $300-$400 I'm sure experience. You know, like I'm cool. I'd rather save the money and just like do it on VR or something. Let me try it out first.
Watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly.
POV.
Yeah. But thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, there goes mine now. It's only a matter of time. They dropped. But thanks for hanging out this week. We'll see you guys next time on the Heckin' Podcast. Bye.